What do you see? Oh, that's a jackal. And now we've got giraffe. Chameleons move really slowly, and it's so important that they do. Another day out on Welgevonden Game Reserve. The sun, I feel like it rose a little bit earlier today, but it is going to be a scorcher. Now we've headed a little bit further west than where we have been driving, hoping to find some cheetah. Sure, we're going to see plenty more rhinos and hopefully a new bird species for Gerrit and I. We haven't given up on the search of the Cape grass bird. So we've received some inside information that not too far from here, there are a couple of pairs that are breeding at the moment in the reeds and the long grass. So I'm going to hop back into the vehicle and let's go search for those birds. I have to tell you something exciting that happened yesterday after we got back from our morning safari. What do you see? Oh, that's a jackal. I'm going to go a little bit further forward. It's a jackal, black-backed jackal. And just resting up in the sand. You can see this individual's panting quite a bit. I think it might be a female with a nice full belly. We did check the airstrip this morning and I saw another jackal just trotting along, which looked like it had something in its mouth. I wonder if it's a pair that are, just hanging around in this area. Aha! All the animals are stopping us from going to look at the Cape grassbirds, well, at least trying to find them. Now we've got giraffe, which there are plenty of here at Welgevonden. It's just the two individuals, and they both look like they are young males. Now, because giraffe is so tall, we typically see their heads sticking up above the tree line. And you can see that on top of their head, they've got what looks like two horns. They're not horns. They're actually called ossicones. And that is bone that is fused to their skull with, of course, a hairy covering. Now, with the male's ossicones, they're a lot thicker. And quite often, if you look right at the tip of it, it almost looks like it is bald. There's not very much hair. Whereas the females have slender ossicones and very fluffy bits right at the top. This is a special find perched up in the top of a tree. That is a female greater honey guide. Now we tend to hear them more often than seeing them, but we're sitting here in and amongst the reeds and the tall grasses looking for a Cape grassbird. But I'm quite happy with that find. They're amazing birds. I haven't seen one in actually ages, to be quite honest. And if you're wondering how I know the difference between the male and female, is that did you see how drab and brown she is? When we start to look at males, they have a black throat, they've got the white ear patches, which you can see on the females, and then the males have a bright pink bill. Oh look, a brown-hooded kingfisher. So it's just swooped up from the grass. It was traveling along the stream, and it looks like it's grabbed a grasshopper. Actually, in fact, it's an elegant grasshopper. Binoculars are useful. Now, we know that elegant grasshoppers are toxic, and they've got those bright warning colors. And I'm not sure why the kingfisher grabbed it. Oh, never mind. It's just dropped it into the grass. I think it's realized that it wasn't particularly tasty. And the reason why I say that, because it's made no movement to drop down into the grass to fetch it again. This chameleon was walking across the road, and it's not the first one we've seen crossing. There's actually been quite a few of them, which is great for us. Not so much for the chameleons. As you know, there's lots of game drive vehicles here, and because we're scanning left to right, unfortunately they can potentially get driven over. And in fact, even on the main roads outside wilderness areas, you tend to find a lot of dead ones. But we're very lucky. We let it cross the road, and now it's slowly making its way up and through the grass where it will tuck itself in and underneath a tree. Chameleons move really slowly, and it's so important that they do. Not only do they have colorations that will help them blend into the vegetation, of course flapneck chameleons typically are green in color, but as they move through the grass like that, or even out on the road, if they move too quickly, a bird of prey could see that movement and then dart down and potentially grab it. So it crossed the road a little bit quicker, and as soon as it got into the grass, it started that very typical chameleon walk. This is the area that the female leopard likes to hang around, and I suppose the male too. There's a couple of really nice animal pathways and a stream, which would make for the perfect place to drink, especially if you're a leopard that's a little bit shy. So Gerrit and I are going to hang around on one of the decks here at Makweti for the rest of the morning and see if either a monkey or a kudu or a zebra or something alarms. Otherwise, maybe we'll just catch a glimpse of it. But it's been a great morning out and about and exploring. We didn't get the Cape grass bird again, but hopefully next time.